Hey friends, it's Jennifer. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, I'm back with card number 17. If you'd like to see how I made these cards, I will link it in the box above. I did draw out two prompts for today, and it's a diamond shape and lace. And so I have those here. I have a piece of lace that I've pulled out. I figured I would make my diamond out of that paper at the bottom. The only other rule I have for this month is it's pastel colors. This is the only color of purple that I could find that was pastel. But I did pull out these frames, and I was just thinking that I might use this foil to kind of make like a mirror, maybe like a vintage looking mirror, I'm not sure, with the foil. So we're going to try it and see. And I'm going to use that paper again to make the diamond shape. But the first thing I'm going to do is start with this card, and I'm going to paint on it. I am going to use a darker color purple first and then paint over it with a lighter color purple. Here I'm just going to add a couple of coats and use my heat gun to dry them in between. And so here it is. It looks pretty good. Now I'm just going to go over it with this lighter shade. And here it is. It looks pretty good. And so now I'm just going to take my Crop-A-Dile, and I'm going to, I don't know if it's called a Crop-A-Dile. It's like the Crop-A-Dile series. Anyway, it's a corner puncher, and I'm just punching out all of the corners. So now I'm just trying to decide which frame I like the best with this color, and I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to work on the mirror part first. Just press down the foil on here. You can see it makes the shape of the cutout there a little bit better, so I can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to start with cutting around that, just trying to get the inside shape first. I'm not necessarily going for the mercury glass effect, maybe just like an old mirror. And so I'm just going to drop some of this brown ink on here. Alcohol ink, and I'm just going to take my paper towel and just kind of dab around a little bit to kind of make it look like an old mirror. And you can see here that turned out really, really well. So I'm going to try it on the shiny side because I'm just not sure which side I want to use. So I'm going to do the same thing on the shiny side and just kind of see how it turns out. You can just see I'm just dabbing and pressing, and I love how this turned out. I think I like the shiny side better. I think just because it gives a little bit of shine, but it kind of dulls it down in spots. So I really, really like the way that that turned out. I'm just applying regular school glue there around the edges of the frame, and I'm just going to drop it down on top of this foil that I have put the brown alcohol ink on. And I'm just going to use my heat gun, and I'm just going to kind of dry that glue down and see if it will make the edges look any rougher or the brown alcohol ink. And I just love how this turned out. And so now here I'm back to the lace again. I'm trying to figure out what is the best lace to use here. I don't want to use any. I still want to use the purple color on the card, but I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and sew around it here just so I can kind of get an idea of what I want to do with the lace. I'm thinking maybe across the bottom or up the side, maybe a diagonal, but again, I think this lace is too big. So I found a smaller piece that's wider than the skinnier one, and I like the look of this better. So I'm going to apply this piece of lace here with some glue because I like the way that it looks. And I think that this will go pretty with this paper that I'm going to make the diamond out of. But before I nail anything down, I'm just going to cut out my little diamond shape here and just make sure before I put everything down permanently on the card. So you can see here I've got my diamond shape, and I'm just going to ink around the entire edge there. And I'm going to use my alphabet stamp with some ink to write the number 17 on this card, or to stamp the number 17 on this card. And so I'm going to ink around this frame of this mirror we've created. And now I'm just going to go ahead and glue down these elements. I'm just going to use hot glue here on this lace just because I have it available, and it's hot glue. It dries pretty quick. I'm just going to trim my lace down. And then I'm going to use the same thing for the frame, just to hit it in a couple of spots to hold it down quickly. And now I'm just going to glue my number 17, my diamond shape, onto the card. So now I'm going to use this piece of floral paper, and I'm just going to cut my heart out onto this piece. I'm just drawing it out here with my graphite pencil and charcoal pencil, and I'm just going to ink around the edges. I'm putting a heart on everything that I do this year to remind me to love others, love myself, and love my work better. And so I'm going ahead and attaching the heart on here. So now I'm thinking it needs a little something else. So I dug through my stash of stuff, and I found this little white flower with a pearl in the middle of it. And I found some little pearl gems. And so I'm just going to glue these down here onto the card because I think they go really well with the lace and the frame mirror slash, I guess that's what you call it, even though it's not really a mirror. It's the look that we're going for. Kind of looks Victorian-ish. So I'm just trying to place these beads down. I'm going to put them down with hot glue. And of course, I'm going to ink around everything. I'm also going to ink a little over this white flower just to not make it so white. And here it is, card number 17. Got my lace and my diamond, and I love the way this card turned out. I hope that this gives you some inspiration to make cards of your own. And remember to love yourself, love others, and your work. I'll see you the next time.